Chosen ones, do not skip this. Listen closely because this is for you. Everything you said would happen is unfolding right now, exactly as you predicted. The forces you warned about are in motion. And your enemies? They're facing tower moments so intense they can barely withstand the heat. Their reality is crumbling under the weight of their own actions, while you stand affirmed in your power. You've always known the truth, and now it's undeniable. You have severed ties with those who drained your energy, and now your abundance surges like an unstoppable flood breaking through a weakened dam. Every block that once stood in your way has crumbled under the weight of your newfound freedom. You didn't just remove toxic people from your life, you dismantled the chains they tried to wrap around you. And now, unburdened, you ascend, surrounded by the brilliant radiance of your own potential, a force too vast to be contained by the pettiness of others. Those who wronged you, once so sure of themselves, so confident in their deceit, now stand in the shadows of their own misfortune. They watch, mouths dry, as you walk through doors they will never reach, watching your rise like a wildfire consuming everything in its path. They regret underestimating you, feeling the weight of every decision that led them to this moment of helplessness, while you stride forward unconcerned with their remorse. Their towers are crumbling, the foundations they thought were secure now nothing but dust in your wake. You move toward prosperity, not with hesitation, but with the surety of someone who has shed every last piece of emotional baggage. The doubts, the betrayals, the unnecessary attachments, they fell from you like dead leaves in a storm. Now your spirit rises, lighter than air, propelled by the current of your own power. Prosperity doesn't merely approach, it accelerates toward you, pulled by your undeniable magnetism. The universe recognizes the shift within you, your alignment with success, not just material but spiritual. You've become unstoppable, a force that knows no boundaries, because you no longer carry the weight of those who tried to hold you back. You've stepped into your own, and there's no force left strong enough to pull you down. Those who once sought to cling to you, ex-lovers who fed off your energy, draining you with their chaos, are no longer part of your reality. Their presence has faded like shadows at dawn, powerless now to pull you back into the darkness they dwell in. You've transcended their reach, standing in a place of emotional clarity, where their voices are nothing but distant echoes, drowned out by the force of your own growth. Your emotional energy has become a fortress, impenetrable and sacred. Where once others could latch onto you, siphoning off your vitality to sustain their own emptiness, they now find themselves blocked by walls of unyielding strength. The doors they used to walk through have been sealed shut. You are no longer a source for their needs. You have become untouchable. This protection didn't come from luck or chance. It's the direct result of your deliberate action, your decision to put your well-being above all else. You've taken back your power, and it radiates from you like a shield of fire, untouchable by those who seek to drain it. Divine love surrounds you now, not as a mere whisper, but as an undeniable presence that fills every space in your life. It's the kind of love that elevates you, making you untouchable to the poison of the past. Yet those from your former world, the ones you left behind, struggle with your ascension. They see you thriving, and it terrifies them, because your growth highlights the smallness of their existence. They can't comprehend your detachment, your strength, your refusal to fall back into old patterns. Their regrets, their confusion, are irrelevant now. You've risen beyond them. You move forward while they remain trapped in the ruins of their own choices. And as you rise, it's time to surround yourself with those who understand your journey, who celebrate your strength rather than fear it. The Obsidian Inner Circle, created in partnership with Astral Atom, is the place where chosen ones like you gather to thrive, not just in silence, but in power. Here we know what it's like to leave the past behind, to rise above the smallness of others and step into the fullness of your divine potential. We're not looking back, and neither should you. This isn't for those who are stuck in old patterns. This is for those who are ready to move forward without apology, without hesitation. While they remain trapped in their past, we rise higher, faster and stronger. The link is in the description. Your past enemies and former lovers are consumed by the weight of your ascension, spiraling in their own instability as they witness your transformation. They are haunted by the reality that you have risen beyond their reach, that you have become untouchable in a way they never anticipated. Their obsession is not merely a passing thought, but a gnawing hunger, fed by their disbelief that you've outgrown the smallness they once projected onto you. Their minds fracture under the strain of trying to reconcile who you were with the immensity of who you have become. They remain tethered to their low vibrational energy, wallowing in the mire of the same patterns you left behind. They claw at the remnants of a past they believed would hold you forever, but those ties have long disintegrated. What they don't understand is that your growth was not accidental. It was forged in the fire of your own willpower. You chose to evolve while they chose to remain stagnant, and now they are left scrambling, unable to comprehend the magnitude of your elevation. These individuals, once so sure of their control, now find themselves powerless, their manipulations unraveling like threads too weak to hold anything together. Their world is a collapsing structure, built on lies and illusions, while you stand on solid ground, a force they can neither touch nor comprehend. They obsess over your every move, not out of love or care, but because your success highlights the emptiness of their existence. You've transcended their pettiness, and they can't fathom a reality where you are no longer impacted by their energy. They are stuck in a prison of their own making, still vibrating at a frequency that drags them deeper into despair, while you continue to rise, free from the chains they so desperately try to hold. Your untouchable presence is a mirror they can't escape, reflecting back the truth of their irrelevance. Your transformation has been so profound that it has triggered awakenings in those around you, but their realizations pale in comparison to the heights you've already reached. While they stumble through the first cracks of awareness, you have already ascended, moving forward on a path that is yours alone. Their sparks of understanding were ignited by your presence, but you've long since left behind the realm where they struggle. You are evolving at a pace that others can't keep up with, stepping into your power as if it were always yours to claim. The distance between you and them grows, not out of cruelty, but because you are destined for greater things, things that require you to move without hesitation, without the weight of those still grappling with their first taste of truth. Through divine guidance, you've reached a place where your own voice reigns supreme, a voice now resonating with the deep, unshakable tones of self-love. You didn't just learn to love yourself, you became love, radiating an energy so pure and powerful that nothing external can distort it. Spirit has been guiding you, whispering in your soul's ear, telling you that the road ahead is paved with opportunities far beyond what you've left behind. You are no longer concerned with the triviality of others' doubts or the confusion of those who can't understand your rise. Their opinions and their awakenings are irrelevant to your forward movement. You are not meant to look back. Looking back is for those still unsure of where they're going, and that's not you. Spirit speaks to you clearly, commanding you to continue forward without hesitation. Every step you take carries you closer to a destiny woven specifically for you, filled with greatness beyond the comprehension of those still stumbling through their own awakening. You are unstoppable now, pulled by the gravity of your purpose, and there is no turning back. Your path is illuminated, and your power is boundless. Those who sought to tear you down are now drowning in the bitter realization that they've lost. Their regret is palpable, but it arrives too late, long after the damage they tried to inflict has recoiled upon them. Their efforts to sabotage your growth, to shackle you with their jealousy, have only boomeranged back, hitting them harder than they ever anticipated. You've risen beyond their reach, and the distance between you is now an unbridgeable chasm. Their regret isn't born out of remorse. It's fueled by the sharp sting of their failure, the undeniable truth that you've slipped through their fingers like sand. In their desperation, they still reach for you, trying to pull you back into the chaos they thrive in, but you are no longer tethered to their low vibrational games. You've outgrown them, soaring to heights where their influence is meaningless. Their attempts to destabilize you, to lure you back into their web of manipulation, are futile now. They scream into the void, refusing to accept that your evolution has made you untouchable. Their denial is as thick as the walls they've built around themselves, trapping them in the very chaos they tried to inflict upon you. But karma, relentless and unwavering, is now crashing down upon them. The universe has answered their deceit with precision, delivering consequences from which they cannot escape. Every manipulation, every lie, every act of sabotage is being answered in kind, and their world crumbles beneath the weight of their own actions. Their lives are now engulfed in the chaos they so eagerly tried to project onto you. The instability they once hid behind masks of control is now laid bare for all to see, and they are powerless to stop the collapse. You, however, remain unaffected, having transcended their reach. You stand in your power, untouched by their downfall, while they are consumed by the karmic retribution they've earned. You are stepping into a phase of abundance, where both financial and spiritual prosperity are aligning with unstoppable force. Every action you've taken, every ounce of energy you poured into your growth, is now returning to you in waves that cannot be blocked or diminished. What once seemed distant and unattainable is now rushing toward you with the velocity of a storm breaking through a long drought. Your investments, whether they were financial, emotional, or spiritual, are multiplying beyond expectation, returning to you tenfold as the universe responds to your unwavering commitment. Your prosperity is not just monetary, it's a reflection of your inner transformation. The ground beneath you has shifted, solidifying under your feet, and what once required struggle now flows effortlessly. You're no longer working against the current. Instead, you're moving in sync with the energy of abundance that recognizes and rewards your diligence. Your resources grow, not only because of what you've done, but because of who you've become. A magnet for prosperity, vibrating at a frequency too high for lack or limitation to exist in your reality. Divine forces surround you, guarding your every move with precision and power. You are wrapped in protection so strong that any attempt to derail your progress is instantly neutralized. There is nothing that can touch you, no interference that can penetrate the shield of spiritual guardianship that now stands between you and anything that seeks to harm you. Your intuition, sharp as a blade, cuts through any potential obstacles with ease, guiding you through even the most complex challenges. It's not just heightened, it's absolute, a compass leading you to every opportunity you're meant to claim. You are moving with certainty, knowing that the path before you is lit by both divine guidance and your own heightened awareness. There is no fear, no hesitation, only forward momentum into a future saturated with wealth, growth, and untouchable protection. Your enemies, those who sought to manipulate the forces around you with dark intentions, are now entangled in the chaos they tried to create for you. Their attempts at bending the energies of the universe against you have backfired spectacularly, as though the very elements they sought to control have turned on them with fierce precision. The spells they cast, the manipulations they orchestrated are unraveling, and the consequences are brutal and swift. Their dark magic, once aimed at you, now consumes them like a fire they cannot extinguish. They are trapped in the storm they tried to summon, and there is no escape. Karma, relentless and unyielding, moves through the universe with an unwavering hand. Every attempt to harm you, every act of deceit is met with the full force of cosmic justice. Those who wove lies and dark intentions are now being suffocated by the very web they spun. The universe doesn't delay. It is delivering judgment with a speed that leaves no time for them to recover. The harm they intended for you now manifests in their own lives, multiplying with the weight of every malicious thought and action. The struggles they tried to inflict on you are now their burdens to carry, and they stagger under the load, unable to withstand the weight of their own deceit. You're witnessing their towers crumble. Every structure they built on lies, manipulation, and darkness is collapsing in on itself. Their lives, once so meticulously controlled, are falling apart piece by piece, and they cannot stop the inevitable. The chaos they unleashed has grown beyond their control, and now it devours them. Their foundation was never stable, it was always an illusion. And now, under the weight of karmic retribution, it shatters completely. You remain standing, untouched by their fall, as they reap the consequences of every action they took against you. The justice unfolding is absolute, and their collapse is total. You are no longer a passive observer of your own life. You embody the divine energy of transformation itself. Aligned with the forces of judgment, you wield power like a weapon, carving through the illusions of this world with the sharp edge of truth. Your alignment with forces beyond this realm has unlocked within you an unstoppable drive for rebirth and evolution. You're not merely growing, you are rising, breaking through the boundaries of what others believe possible, shedding the limitations that once held you. Every step you take shakes the ground, reverberating with the force of someone who knows they are chosen, who carries the weight of divine purpose with unwavering certainty. Your mastery over your spiritual gifts is not a skill you've developed, it's an inherent power that has always been within you, now fully realized. You have stepped into the role you were destined for, commanding energies that others can barely comprehend. You are no longer asking for the universe to deliver, you are co-creating, shaping your reality with precision and intention. The forces of transformation bow to you, recognizing that you have become the architect of your own future. You have claimed your seat among the powerful, and now you wield your gifts like a master sculptor, shaping the world to reflect your vision. Generational wealth, both material and spiritual, flows to you effortlessly, because the path you walk is now illuminated by divine favor. Your legacy is not just one of riches, but of deep spiritual evolution. You are building a foundation that will stand the test of time, unshakable and eternal. You are protected by forces beyond what can be seen, forces that ensure your success is not only inevitable, but unstoppable. As you move further into your destiny, you are untouchable, a force of nature guided by divine wisdom. Everything you touch now blooms with purpose, prosperity and power, and there is nothing left in this world that can hold you back. You've sealed the door to your past with the finality of an iron gate, shutting out the echoes of what once was, and fully embracing the powerful opportunities that now rush toward you. The remnants of old attachments and distractions have been left behind, crumbling into dust as you step forward. You no longer carry the weight of those who could not match your growth, and because of this, the path ahead is wide open, waiting for you to claim the abundance that has always been meant for you. The new phase of your life is not just a chapter, it's a new era, and you stand at its helm, fully aligned with the purpose that fuels your every step. Divine partnerships, communities that resonate with your higher self, and powerful support systems now enter your life effortlessly. These connections are not random, they are the natural result of your elevation. As you walk in alignment with your purpose, the universe responds by placing those who match your frequency in your path. These partnerships, these communities, they're not here to slow you down or hold you back. They are here to lift you higher, to walk beside you as you ascend even further into your greatness. You no longer seek validation from those who couldn't understand your power. Now, you are surrounded by those who recognize it and amplify it. Your enemies, those who once plotted your downfall, are left as distant spectators. They watch, eyes filled with envy and regret as you move far beyond their reach. They are trapped in the prison of their own making, consumed by their obsession with your rise, but unable to touch you. You've become untouchable, too elevated for their schemes to hold any relevance. Their attempts to bring you down were futile, and now all they can do is watch from the sidelines as you continue to thrive. You are too far ahead, walking in divine alignment, unshakable and unstoppable. Stay strong, chosen one. Every step you take is guided by forces far greater than you know, and your path is unfolding with absolute precision. You have been tested, you have been pushed, and yet you've risen above every obstacle that dared to stand in your way. The power you hold now is the result of your relentless pursuit of growth and your unwavering commitment to becoming the highest version of yourself. There is no accident in where you stand today. Every challenge you faced, every betrayal, was a stepping stone to the greatness you are now stepping into. You move in silence because your power speaks louder than any words ever could. The world doesn't need to hear your plans. They will see them manifest in the undeniable force of your success. Keep walking forward with confidence, knowing that you are aligned with your purpose and that every move you make is in sync with the universal flow. Your purpose isn't something that needs validation from anyone else. It is carved into your very being, and with every action, you prove that your destiny is unstoppable. The universe is blessing you in ways far beyond the material. You are not just accumulating wealth or status, you are ascending to levels of spiritual and emotional mastery that few can reach. And those who tried to tear you down, who tried to sabotage your progress, are now witnessing your rise with awe and regret. But their judgment and their opinions no longer matter. The justice unfolding around you is merely the beginning, and what lies ahead is a life filled with abundance, clarity, and the ultimate fulfillment of your purpose. Now, chosen one, share your story. Share how you have defied the odds, overcome the darkness, and risen into your power. Let your experiences serve as proof of what is possible when you fully align with your true self. Your voice matters, and your truth deserves to be heard.